First of all, I'd like to thank Andrew for the opportunity of speaking about my musical experiences. To be part of the BrookWright family is a great privilege, actually, and I thank him for his interest in me personally. My influences as a young person were twofold. First of all, my father was the local choir bandmaster at Petersham, and when I started to play the cornet at a young age, he would encourage me to play, but also he would encouraged me to listen to the great works by the great composers. I fell in love with Beethoven, for instance. And the other opportunities were from my high school music teachers. Two gentlemen who are very, very fine musicians, both exceptional pianists, and they introduced music from all over the place to our music class. And I was just blown away by that. And so it really sparked a real interest in me there. My motivation for writing music is quite varied, really. Initially, it was just because I could do it. I wrote for brass band, particularly the corps band, and just experimenting writing music that way. And as I grew older, the various influences, I became a trained symphony musician, and then following that I went into commercial music, and so their influences were quite eclectic, and I just find that that appeals to me, you know, in a number of ways. You know, whether I write pieces like Light Walk or a march, they're still valid to me, and that's the way I write. My process for writing music is largely inspirational. I will get an idea from I don't know where, and then it just seems to foster itself. As if I think about it and it sticks with me, then I know it's valid. And for instance, you know, writing any tune might come to my mind. If it's a little march, then I seem to get the inspiration for the first or the last tune, and it just develops and it writes quite quickly. The same things happen in swing arrangements as well. So there's really no difference in the way that I write, except it just comes and hits me and I just run with it. Do I have a preference for the way that I write? The answer is probably no. The ideas that come to me can be in any form, in a very legitimate sense or in a commercial sense. I just like writing in both styles, as long as I can do it well, and that's my biggest inspiration in that way, is able to do it successfully. I've listened to so much music over the years that I seem to absorb those influences. Currently, I'm not writing anything at the moment. I have a couple of projects that have been asked, but I'm also moving house, and it's very hard for me to concentrate on writing at this particular time. But I'm looking forward to developing a couple of projects that I think would be worthwhile in the near future. I like writing little marches. I like writing little swing arrangements, particularly for my school bands. And there seems to be that my inspiration comes a lot from them. So I'm looking forward to writing new pieces for them in the coming days.